Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to a midweek Dodger Heads presented by DodgerBlue.com. As always, you can check out our main show on YouTube. We record every week. This week's came out a few days late. We were waiting for some news from the Players Association and Major League Baseball to come out. But today's going to be short and sweet, and here's kind of what I want to say. Shout out to David Price, new to the Dodgers, yet to play a real game, and yet this guy is crushing it off of the field. If you didn't see it, here was the news that broke last night from Francis Romero. Sources, David Price will pay out of his money $1,000 during the month of June to each minor league player in the Dodgers system, 40-man roster not included, according to multiple sources. Beautiful act if we count that Price hasn't played in MLB with the Dodgers. Respect. And I think that's the headline. Respect to David Price. Shin-Soo Choo of the Rangers did the same thing back on April 1st, and I mention that only to give you context. It was noted that the Rangers at the time had 190 minor leaguers. So we're not talking about chump change. We're not talking about a small gesture here. I mean, we're talking about nearly $200,000, quite a bit of cash. And so good on David Price. It comes on the heels of some news, which you can read more about at DodgerBlue.com. There are rumors that upwards of 1,000 minor leaguers may be losing their job before the end of the month. The A's have announced that they're not going to pay any of their minor leaguers, but they still remain under contract as unpaid employees. I'm not sure how that works, but it's just a reminder of sort of the challenge that minor leaguers face. Now, hopefully the news gets better. It just was announced that the Twins are going to keep and not cut a single one of their minor leaguers. So good on the Twins. They're going to continue paying them. But it's just a reminder. These are guys that are earning $400 a week. Again, unless you're on the A's. And so when David Price says, I'm going to give you $1,000 for the month, we're talking about an increase of about 50 to 60% on their monthly salary. So while Price is new to the Dodgers, it's an amazing gesture for him. And really, it's worth noting that when you read quotes about him and when you do a little digging on him, it really feels like this is the type of guy that the Dodgers went out and got. This is a quote from Dave Roberts on the day when they introduced Mookie Betts and David Price. Here's what he had to say. As Andrew kind of spoke to, the play, the performance speaks for itself, but also the things you can't really quantify. The impact they have on the people around them and that extending to the community, the fan base, goes without saying what they've done in the past. That in itself makes me very excited, and just to see how these guys assimilate with their teammates. As a coach, you just want to get going. Couldn't be more excited. So, again, Andrew Friedman echoed these sentiments. So, it's been awesome. It's been awesome to see these guys do this kind of thing. I mentioned on the show we recorded with Matt last night that one thing I've been super pleased with is I feel like right now that there's pride in being a Dodger fan. They're treating minor leaguers the right way. They're treating their employees the right way. Yes, there are pay cuts on the employee side, but the guys at the top are taking the biggest pay cuts. The folks at the bottom are taking smaller ones. But even beyond that, just the players and the people, I think that's the key. The people that they have on the roster are amazing. You can't go very long without reading a story about Justin Turner and his wife and their foundation and all they're doing right now. Clayton Kershaw, of course, over the years, Kershaw's Challenge is just a guy who's been a huge blessing to the people around him. And even the new guys, like not only Price, but Mookie Betts had a trip where he went into a Kroger's grocery store. He bought groceries for everybody in the store and then catered lunch for the employees. And so it goes on and on and on. And all this is to say, good on you, David Price. Thank you for being the guy that you are. We're proud to have you as a member of the Dodger franchise and this community. And thanks for taking care of the next generation guys. These are the minor leaguers are folks that have been hit hard. Not only are they probably going to lose their season, but a lot of them are going to lose their jobs. Guys like Brock Stewart, former Dodger, who's at the Cubs, announced that he had been released. And so the fact that a guy like Price, who's making plenty of money, who's been in the league for a while, is willing to make a gesture like this to a bunch of people he admittedly doesn't know, is amazing. So good on you, David Price. Thanks for all that you're doing to make a difference, and it's good to have you in Dodger Blue.